welcome back to my channel. My name is Raeann, but you can call me Ray. Today's video, I just decided to torture myself a little bit. Today's video is going to be a little different, okay? Today's video, I decided to sit down and hang out with you guys and discuss the 5 brands that I would use for the rest of my life. So if I couldn't purchase from any other brands but these 5 brands, yeah, I don't know, I just thought that would be kind of cool. I always see stuff like this flying around. I don't know if I've ever seen a video quite like this one before, like with this exact topic. Maybe there is, I'm honestly not sure, but I was just thinking of different things I can do on my channel and different topics we could talk about versus just, you know, doing first impressions and tutorials and all of that. Yeah, let's just jump right into it, I guess. So basically the theme is if I could only shop 5 brands for eternity, like the rest of my life, could only purchase from 5 brands, what brands would I choose? So this isn't in any specific order, like ranking of like who I like more, but I just kind of sat down and thought about it and was like, okay, I need to think of brands that I purchase from a lot, that I have a lot of products that I love from them, because, you know, for whatever reason, if I had to choose between just 5 brands out of like literally the thousands of brands, if not millions, but you know, if I had to choose between all of these brands that are out there right now, what brands would I miss if for whatever reason I couldn't purchase from them? Like, there were a lot that I was thinking of and I was like, no, you know, I want to narrow it down. I want to do like 5. I feel like 5 would be interesting enough because 10, I just feel like that's a little too easy, you know? 5 really narrows it down and is like, all right, these are the brands that I'm going to stick with. So I'm going to start out with e.l.f. I love e.l.f. and I'm sure you guys know that already, but for a drugstore brand, like honestly they're my favorite drugstore brand, hands down, and of course I couldn't do a video like this without choosing a drugstore brand just because the affordability, like you just really can't beat it, like you just can't. So I mean, I have a ton of e.l.f. products. I really think that they're so consistent. There's so many different products that I have of theirs. Like when I was thinking of all of these brands and what brands I would choose, a lot of them was really based off of eyeshadow because I'm a huge like eyeshadow person. I love eyeshadow. But I needed to pick brands that had more to offer other than eyeshadow. Of course, if their eyeshadow is great, then perfect, you know, but what else does the brand have to offer that is going to be more than just eyeshadow? And there are plenty of brands out there that do eyeshadow very well and have a ton of other products that I love. So from e.l.f., honestly, I pretty much use all of their products for a full face. Like, I love their bronzer, the primer infused bronzer and blush, I love those, I use those all the time. The primers are amazing. I mean, I have like 4 or 5 different primers of theirs that I love. My favorite one is probably the matte putty primer and the poreless one, so the original putty primer. I actually really like their foundation too. The one that's in the square bottle, I forget what it's actually called, but that one's really nice. So I really like that foundation. I don't have it right now. I haven't like repurchased another one. I think I ran out of that one a while back ago. I really like their concealer. So the camo concealer, the hydrating and the normal one are amazing, and I do use one of their brow gels. That's something that I use almost every day. I have tried their like pomades, which I actually thought was pretty good. I don't have it right now, but you know, it's probably not, like I always use the Anastasia one, so I would say the e.l.f. one isn't like better than that, but it is like, it's not bad. Not bad at all. I think my biggest thing about their brow like pomade is they just didn't have enough selection of colors, And I think I like, wherever I tried to purchase it from only had like 2 or 3. They didn't have like the whole range either. And I don't even know like how many they actually have, but I just remember it being kind of limited. Their brushes are really nice. Like, they literally have a little bit of everything. They even have skincare. Like, I'm not including skincare in this video, but the fact that they also have brushes and skincare and all of that, like, that is why they were the first brand I thought of. I was like, well, yeah, 1, affordable, 2, brushes, 3, skincare, and then of course I love so many of their other products, even their lip products. I mean, like, literally, I'm trying to think of something of theirs that I don't like, that I didn't like that much. And I really, like, there isn't anything that I can think of, like, right now. Like, I'm really trying to pick my brain right now and try to figure out if there's anything that I don't like from them. I mean, maybe like their lashes. I feel like their lashes, they don't have enough styles for me, at least from what I've seen, but they could have a lot more on their website too. It's just, they're not the first brand I think of when I think of lashes. So, but other than that, I mean, I think there were a couple of things from the Jelly Pop collection that I was kind of like about, but I mean, they're pretty solid, especially for, like, I'm going to keep repeating this, but the fact that they have so much to offer and their prices, like, you can't beat it. Like, you can't. If I was doing this in order, I feel like e.l.f. would probably be number 1. That's how much I love them. Let's go ahead and keep on going. The next brand that I wrote down is ColourPop. So you can basically call them a drugstore brand. Of course, I can't just go to Walgreens and pick up their products, but I can go to Ulta. So, and it is on the drugstore side of the store, so might as well just consider them a drugstore brand. But seriously, I mean, the first thing I think of ColourPop is their eyeshadow palettes. I love their eyeshadow palettes so much. I love all of their eyeshadow palettes that I have. I don't have all of their palettes ever, but their eyeshadows are so solid. For the fact that they are so reasonably priced, it's just like, you know, they kind of set a standard in my mind where if I have a palette that's like a high-end palette and it's just not really performing the way that I would want it to, I'm like, well, ColourPop could have done this like way better for like a fourth or half of the price. Like, you know, I feel like I'm constantly kind of comparing their shadows and their quality. Just, you know, if I'm trying something, I'm like, well, ColourPop and ColourPop, ColourPop. Like, that's just, you know, if I can get a good quality eyeshadow palette for under, what, 20 bucks, if 15 bucks, however much they are, 20 something. Why am I not remembering what their prices are? But yeah, if I can get a eyeshadow palette for their pricing and that quality, it's just, and it's not even just the eyeshadow palette. The eyeshadow palettes are definitely number 1 product in my mind when I think of ColourPop, but you know, they do have so much more to offer. I, of course, think of the eyeshadow palettes. I mean, they have a full range. They have super bright and colorful. They have all of those 9-pan palettes. They have the bigger palettes, however many shades are in those. They just have so much to offer, and they consistently come out with new products all the time. Like, which is kind of controversial for some people, because I know I always see on their comments, like, can you guys just slow down a little bit, you know, not put out so many products? But anyways, let's go ahead and talk about the other products and one of the other reasons why I picked them. So I like their concealer. I think it's the No Filter concealer. I like the Pretty Fresh tinted moisturizer. I love their Super Shock shadows and the Super Shock cheek products, aka the highlight, which right here, I haven't actually used any of their blushes before. There has been a few in my Ulta cart that I just haven't like pulled the trigger yet, but you know, I definitely is something that I want to try from them. I'm trying to think if there's any other things. I don't know if technically, like, if we could include their other brands. I don't think I really thought about that, but they do have their skincare brand, which I heard was really good. Still need to try them, but you know, they just have a lot to offer. And their lip products. I also love their lip products. I don't know, I love ColourPop. I just get so excited when they come out with new stuff. I'm trying to think of other products. There's still a lot from them that I actually haven't tried. I have tried some of the liners, some of the mascaras. I tried the color ones, not the like brown or black like shades. And then they also have brushes too. I mean, they just have so many products to offer that it's like, why wouldn't I also put them in? Of course, the price. Okay, the price. Like, if I'm being realistic, of course I needed some brands that are not gonna be super, super pricey. Like, anyways, let's go ahead and keep on going. The next brand that I have on here is Urban Decay. One of the biggest reasons is they're like the reason why I got into eyeshadow, like colorful eyeshadow, just eyeshadow in general. Like, I remember going to Sephora and seeing their display and I just fell in love with everything. Like, I had a bunch of those glitter liners back in the day. I also had a couple of their like really like colorful palettes. Like there was that purple one with the like silver thing. It wasn't like chain, but it was like, I don't even know how to describe it. And if I can find a picture, I will put the picture somewhere in here. But that was like the first eyeshadow palette I think I ever bought, was that purple one. And it really got me into color and just eyeshadow in general. So for that reason, I think I'm just so like nostalgic over the brand that like, of course I needed to put them in here. But they really do have really like consistent products. I feel like there really isn't anything that I've tried from them that I didn't like. But yeah, I feel like their eyeshadows are really consistent, and of course being a big eyeshadow person, that's important to me. And I also really like their foundation and concealers. I forget what the concealer was called. Is it the Stay Naked concealer? I don't remember. But that concealer was one I used for a really long time. I also almost always use their Stay Naked foundation, which I literally have right in front of me. That was one of the main reasons I was like, ooh, if I could never wear that again, I don't know what I would do. Like, I love that foundation. And yeah, I don't know. I just always thought their brand was just so cool. Like, very colorful. I mean, definitely I feel like they've kind of switched a little bit from when I remember first like discovering the brand. Because when I think of them, I just think of like eyeshadow and colorful and just like in your face, you know, and kind of edgy a little bit. And now they definitely have more to offer. And with, you know, the Naked palettes, they went down that neutral road for like a million years. But again, those are really solid neutral palettes. And of course, you need 1 or 2 or 10 of those. Like, why not? I don't know. I really like Urban Decay. I always have. They're just one of those brands that, like, when I see them, like, yeah, I want to try that. Like, it's Urban Decay. Of course, I'm probably going to love it. So, let's see. The next brand is Fenty. So, I feel like whenever I see something from Fenty, I'm like, I feel like I need it almost immediately. Like, I just look at it, I'm like those cream products that are coming out, the bronzer and the blush, those are coming out in a couple days from now. I need them 100%. I think there's only one bronzer that I feel would be right for me, but there's like a couple different blushes that I kind of want to try. So definitely Fenty. Their eyeliner was pretty good. I like their bronzer. I like their lip glosses. Oh, those lip glosses, the gloss bombs, these guys are amazing. I actually need more of these. I'm surprised I don't have more of these, but I definitely need more. I do like their liquid lips too. I only have like 1 or 2 of those as well, but I really liked the formula of those. I forget what they're actually called, but it's like the liquid matte like lipsticks that they have. I feel like those are really, really nice. I have a deeper like red one, and then I have that more like pinky nude one. They are gorgeous. Weird applicator, but I mean, I can forgive that. And I also really like their mascara. Like, their mascara is one of the only ones that I've been using. Like, their mascara and their bronzer is something that I use almost every day. That gloss bomb I use a lot. Like, when I don't know what I want to do with my like lip situation, I always go for a gloss bomb. I'm like, this will do. Yeah, I don't know. They're just a brand that I just feel so intrigued by. And of course, that probably has a lot to do with marketing, and I'm just a sucker for nice packaging and stuff. But, you know, everything that I've had from them, I've liked everything. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I could say about them. I haven't tried any of their eyeshadow palettes, so I don't know I don't think they really even have very many. I want to say like 1 or 2 or maybe 3. I don't honestly know how many eyeshadow palettes they have. Their foundation was pretty good. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. There are a lot of products that I still haven't tried from them, but I just feel like they're one of those brands that I'm just so intrigued by that when they do come out with new stuff, I'm like, I might need it, you know? And they're just exciting. Like, just, I don't know how to explain it, but when I think about them, I'm just like, even though my face probably looked ridiculous, but. So I did 1, 2, 3, 4. This last one, trying to fill the last spot was very hard. I wanted to put Anastasia Beverly Hills in this list so bad, but I just needed to be honest and say that I just really haven't been too interested by them anymore. I don't know what it is, but I just feel like, you know, the only thing that I really consistently use from them is the dip brow. Like, that is my brow product, and I was gonna put them in the list just for the brow product, but if I'm just thinking about a brand because of a brow product, I'm like, all of these brands that I'm listing have brow products. Realistically speaking, I could use something else. Like, am I actually going to? No. But if I could only use 5 brands, I'm sure out of those 5 that I'm listing, there's something in there that would be good enough. Like, that e.l.f. one wasn't bad. Wasn't bad. Maybe they should come out with more shades, but wasn't bad. It was actually pretty good. But I've just used dip brow for so long that I'm just kind of like emotionally attached, I guess. I don't know. I wanted to put Anastasia on the list and I just couldn't. I'm just not as interested in them as I was like 4 years ago or 3 years ago, or, you know, like, I still do buy some of their eyeshadow palettes, but I don't know, maybe, I don't know what it is. I love their eyeshadows, so I wanted to put them on here, but I don't know, I just don't feel the attraction to that brand as much as I do the other brands that I've listed. Like, and I can't just pick a brand off of dip brow, you know? So, and I do really like their eyeshadow palettes. I've never had a single bad eyeshadow palette from them, but, you know, I've never tried any of their other products, and maybe I would like them, but literally, I think I have one lip gloss that I bought from like TJ Maxx a long time ago that I've probably worn twice. I have one of their brow pencils, but, you know, I'm a big bold brow person, so I don't really use it very often, only to kind of add more of like a feathery effect to my brows every once in a while. And yeah, other than the eyeshadow palette and the palettes and the dip brow, there isn't really anything else I can think of that I have of theirs that I liked or that I've tried. So, not to say that they're bad, it just wasn't intriguing to me. I don't know. I don't know what it was. Like, I wanted to buy their newest mascara, and then I was like, I just forgot about it. I don't know. Okay, so enough about them and why they're not on the list. This last one just was really hard for me to narrow down and pick a brand. So, Anastasia was one of the ones that was kind of up. You know, I was really fighting for it, but then I just couldn't let it be in my like top 5 like final products. And then Menagerie is also on that list. The only reason why they're not, and I chose the other brand that I chose instead of them, was this brand and the brand that I chose mainly came down to eyeshadow palettes. And I just feel like the brand that I chose is just a little bit more consistent. So that's why I chose them. But I really wanted to put Menagerie on here as well because I just always love their eyeshadow palettes. I just love the brand, period. Like, I love their lip products. The color selection that they do for the lip products is just perfect. It's just really fun. There's a good mix of fun colors and then some like neutrals. And I like that they are not afraid to give you all of the colorful products. You know, like, give me the colorful products. I don't care about the neutral stuff as much. Not as much. So just, you know, their brand as a whole is just super interesting. I've been following them since Makeup Monsters, and I know you guys already know that, but I really wanted to put them on the list, but if I was being realistic, I decided to go with Melt. And that is because I love their eyeshadows. I really do. It's something about the brand that every time I see a product from them, especially the eyeshadow products or eyeshadow palettes, I'm preparing my bank account and like moving things over to my checking account so I can buy the palette. Like every single time I see that they have a new palette, I'm like, all right, I guess I'll be getting that shortly. Like, I don't know. I love their color stories. They always come out with really consistent products, and that's important for this list, is consistency. I mean, they have good solid like neutral shades in their palettes. They also have those really cool like color stories, the more grungy like green and yellow and like orangey tones, and just sorry, I'm like looking over there because I have a ton of their palettes like stacked up because I'm kind of going through my collection right now and organizing, and I just keep looking at their palettes because I'm just like, I'm drawn to them, okay? I can't help it. But yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think of what other, let's see, did I talk about everyone? Elf, Colourpop, Urban Decay, Fenty, and Melt. Yes. Okay. So yeah, Anastasia was gonna be possibly on the list. Menagerie was also possibly gonna be on the list. I'm sure there's a lot of other brands that would have possibly made it. Milani was one I was thinking of for the drugstore. I do like a lot of their products, but the big selling point for me was I'm not as drawn to their eyeshadow palettes, and there's just some things from them. I mean, I like their eyeliner so far. I just got that not too long ago. I like their foundation. I like their setting spray, their bronzers, their highlights, their highlights and their blushes. Like, I probably would have put them on the list, but I was kind of comparing e.l.f. and Milani, and e.l.f. won for me. So yeah, there's that. So yes, the 5 brands that I would purchase from if I could only choose 5 for the rest of my life for whatever reason. Don't know why I decided to do this to myself and to my brain, but it would be e.l.f., Colourpop, Urban Decay, Melt, and Fenty. I did it. I survived. I don't know how I did that because that was hard. But yeah, I don't know. I thought this would be kind of fun. It's just something different. It's kind of nice sometimes to just do something like this and just to hang out with you guys and talk about makeup because, you know, I love talking. Especially about makeup, but I like talking. So, but yeah, I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. We'll see you next time.